In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 supplements that I'm going to be taking for the rest of my life, starting with creatine. And no, this is not powder that has been sourced from Colombia. This is a performance supplement. So creatine is one of the most popular and also one of the most well-researched supplements in the performance world. And the main function that it serves is to increase muscle mass and to improve your performance inside of the gym. And it helps you increase muscle and also improve performance through increasing the phosphocreatine levels inside of your muscles. And this helps you produce more ATP, which is the energy currency for your cells. And there's actually some research out there that suggests that this can be a net positive for cognitive function, especially when it comes to quick thinking and mental endurance, with some evidence suggesting that it can protect you from neurodegenerative disease and brain aging. Now, the most important part about creatine is the fact that it is one of the most researched supplements on the planet. And throughout all the studies, researchers have actually found minimal, if any, types of side effects that would come with taking creatine. So to me, one of the most important supplements to take, especially if you're a physically active individual like myself, is creatine, because it has been shown to improve both your physical and mental performance. And by the way, I'm going to be having all of the links of the brands that I use inside of the description, so check those out if you're wondering the types of supplements that I use. Now, here's the other thing about creatine is the fact that a lot of companies will actually put a ton of fillers. They'll say it's like this special type of creatine and that you need to take this along with the creatine monohydrate to activate it. It's all just bullshit in the end. All you want is creatine monohydrate, and that's what I value in the supplements that I take, is that they are very simple. You don't need a lot of complicated stuff. All you need is creatine monohydrate, and you can get that in bulk pretty much almost anywhere. Now, let me clean this up for the next supplement. Now, the next supplement that I'll probably be taking for the rest of my life is going to be whey protein. And no, I'm not gonna put this on my table because trying to clean up that creatine was a disaster. So I'm just gonna keep this in the little cup right here. So when it comes to whey protein to me is insurance for your muscle. Now, one of the most important factors when it comes to aging and longevity and also just function is making sure that you have optimal amounts of muscle in your body. And this is one of the best ways to make sure that happens. And the thing about whey protein is the fact that it's packed with the essential amino acids that you would need to absorb protein. It's particularly rich in leucine, which helps with the protein synthesis process. The other thing I love about whey is the fact that it is quickly absorbed and digested by your body, which does make this ideal for recovery, especially when you are trying to repair the damage to your muscles through the act of nutrition. Now, the real reason why I love whey protein is its versatility. I obviously can put this in my protein shakes. I can put this in my Greek yogurt. I can use this to make pancakes or cupcakes or even ice cream. Whey protein is one of the most versatile cooking ingredients that you could use if you want to amplify the amount of protein that you have inside of your foods. And the most important part, which is the fact that it is convenient, especially for someone whose life is like way too busy and you can't sit down and have a meal at times. I think whey protein is one of the perfect things to supplement with, especially if you put it into a smoothie, because it does act as sort of a meal replacement, and protein does have a little bit of a satiating effect as well. In short, whey protein is like having that reliable friend that you can always count on. Whether you're trying to bulk up or trying to get lean or even just trying to stay healthy and functional. It's a simple, effective way to get the protein that you need without all the other BS. And again, I'm gonna leave a link to the protein that I use in the description below. Now, this next supplement is what I call nature's multivitamin because of all of the benefits that it brings to your body. And it is an omega-3 fish oil. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we'll put it in the editing there somewhere. Omega-3s are like personal bodyguards for your health, your eyes, and your joints. Now, one of the main benefits that you get from it is actually for your heart. If there's anything that you know about heart disease, it is the #1 killer of all the diseases that you could ever get in this world. It's one of the 4 horsemen. Now, omega-3s have been shown to reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, decrease triglycerides, and even support your arteries in being flexible. And also, your brain is mostly fat, and one of the things that it loves are omega-3s. These fatty acids, especially DHA, are essential for maintaining healthy brain function. They've been shown to improve cognitive function, support memory, and even reduce your risk of age-related cognitive decline. They're also great for your mental health. Studies show that fatty acids such as omega-3s can have a positive effect at fighting things like depression and anxiety. They also lubricate your joints. Because of the anti-inflammatory properties that omega-3s have, they've been shown to reduce joint pain and joint stiffness. And finally, low-key, these are amazing for your eyes. Regular intake of omega-3s have been shown to reduce macular degeneration, which is a leading cause of blindness. And basically, it just helps your vision stay clear. So in a nutshell, omega-3s are like a Swiss Army knife for your health. They support everything from your heart, to your joints, to your eyes, to your brain, and even your mental health. And I don't know about you, but if you get all those things right, you're feeling pretty good. Now, the next supplement is specifically for people who live in cold climates and who don't necessarily get enough sun exposure. And that is going to be vitamin D. So low vitamin D has been associated with things like mood disorders, like depression or seasonal affective disorder. And getting enough of the D can help your mood become balanced. Vitamin D is also a net positive for bone and muscle function because it helps your body absorb calcium and also helps with muscle and strength. Most importantly, it is a great supplement to fight off sickness and disease. Vitamin D acts like a bouncer for your immune system, helping you fight off infections and also reducing your risk of heart disease and cancer. And most importantly, having adequate vitamin D levels has been associated with getting better sleep. And if there's anything that we know about getting better sleep, it is the lead domino where all great things happen. Now, the best way to get vitamin D is through sun exposure, but if you don't have enough sun, especially in the fall and winter months like me because I live in Canada, or you find yourself staying inside a lot, then you want to be supplementing with vitamin D. Now, one thing I should mention is that vitamin D absorption is not going to be as good without this next supplement. And this is the final supplement that I'll be taking for the rest of my life. It is called Magnesium L Threonate. So it's estimated that up to 75% of the North American population is deficient in magnesium, which absolutely sucks because this is one of the most important minerals we need to function as a normal human being. Magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 enzyme systems that regulate the biomechanical reactions in the body. Magnesium helps boost cognitive function, especially when it comes to learning and memory, while also fighting cognitive decline by increasing the synapses in the brain. Magnesium plays a crucial role in regulating your mood and your mental health through regulating the neurotransmitters that affect mood, such as serotonin. Having enough of this mineral inside of your body has been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mood disorders by promoting a sense of calm and well-being. One of the main reasons that I take magnesium is because of its effect on sleep. Magnesium, especially Magnesium L Threonate in particular, has been shown to help calm the nervous system, which makes it easier to not only fall asleep, but to stay asleep. And lastly, magnesium is essential for activating vitamin D levels. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D remains inactive, thus making it ineffective. Now, one thing I should mention about magnesium is that there are various types of magnesium to take, and going through all of them might actually take an entire video. So for brevity's sake, I use Magnesium L Threonate because of the effect that it has on my brain and my body, and also the effect it has on my gut. I started off taking magnesium citrate, which is a different form of magnesium. I found myself going to the washroom too many times to count. So in short, Magnesium L Threonate is like this supercharged sleep and brain supplement. And it's particularly beneficial if you're looking to improve your sleep, looking to increase your sense of calm and well-being, and also protecting yourself and your brain from neurodegenerative disease. Now, One thing I should mention about these supplements is that yes, you can eat foods to get the right amounts of these supplements. And one thing I should mention about supplements in general is a couple of things. Number one, it's about like 5 to 10% of the actual process of being in shape. We should never outweigh supplements over the factors that matter, which are going to be your lifestyle, exercise, diet, time in nature, sun exposure, sleep. And also, one of the ways in which to find out if you're deficient in some of these supplements, especially when it comes to magnesium and vitamin D, is to do a basic blood test. And lastly, I have a specific philosophy when it comes to supplementation, and it starts with this story. So back in the 1960s, a bunch of comedians used to go to this restaurant called Lindy's, and there was something interesting that they noticed when they were watching TV. Is that the fact that the longer that a TV show was on air, the longer it seemed to run. So the older a show was, the more it was going to be a hit for longer. So they started calling this observation the Lindy effect. Now fast forward to 2012, a philosopher named Nassim Nicholas Taleb took this concept a bit further. He realized that it didn't necessarily just pertain to TV shows, it applied to anything that's been around long enough to prove its staying power. And I quote, "If a book has been in print for 40 years, I can expect it to be in print for another 40 years. But, and that is the main difference, if it survives another decade, then it will be expected to be in print for another 50 years. This, simply as a rule, tells you why things have been around for a long time are not aging like persons, but aging in reverse. Every year that passes without extinction doubles the additional life expectancy. This is an indicator of some robustness. The robustness of an item proportional to its life." That is from Nassim Taleb from the book Anti-Fragile. And that is my philosophy on supplements. This doesn't mean that I won't be testing out new supplements as they come out, but for the most part, when it comes to putting things in my body, I want the Lindy of supplements. I want things that have been proven over the test of time. And these are the ones that I have shared with you. All of these supplements have been researched, they've been tested, and they've been studied over the course of decades. And when it comes to things that I put in my body, I want to make sure that it has stood the test of time, especially if I'm going to be taking it for the rest of my life. And again, supplements are meant to supplement what you're doing, they're not meant to be the real thing. So I'm going to leave this video up here. It's called How to Be in Better Shape Than 99% of the Population, and basically it is a system that some of the fittest people use to get themselves in shape. So you can go to this video, check it out, and you can look at it right over here. See you on there.